Hi everyone. Season 6 of Grey League has started already. I haven't produced any videos because the meta has been quite consistent as the previous meta because there hasn't been any changes in the moveset. So I started to use some of the Pokemon that I never used before but that were really popular back in the days, just to see that if they still have their places in the new meta. And of course, most of them are still really strong. So today we are doing a featured video of a very old Pokemon that was before GBL in the Silver Arena. This Pokemon was very dominant. Then, after the moveset rebalance, it became mediocre-ish. But at the moment, it's still really strong in some of the team I've been using. So I'm using Medicham today. Let's get into the battles. I paired up with Garvantula and Stunfisk just to have a little bit of coverage. This is a very for me it's a neutral matchup. Technically I resist Razor Leaf, but this Razor Leaf are really chunking. It's a Shadow Victory Ball. But if I get 2 shield out of this one, I don't feel too bad about it. I think after this match I realized that Victory Ball is a really big threat for this team. I need to get to 1 Confusion because I cannot really counter it down, but I just want to soak enough energy, soak the energy of Medicham, because Medicham is really, really tanky. And I swap into Stunfisk, and they swap into Azu as well. I know I kind of move. I know it's only Ice Beam. I have 2 shields, so it's looking pretty nice. Medicham's attack is a bit of mediocre, so I paired up with Garvantula that is more on the offense side of the match. Okay, I farm it completely down, and I have a move for the Victory Bell. And now I'm coming into the last matchup with 2 shield. And they have a Bastardon in the back, right? It's very common. You see a Victory Bell, you should be assuming there's a Bastardon in the back. I'm running Powered Up Punch and Psychic. There's a debate on whether running Ice Punch or not, but Ice Punch still doesn't flip enough matchups, so I like the idea of running Powered Up Punch on a safe swap, so if they don't have a good solution, by the end of the mid-game, your attack will be really, really amped up, and that'll be a threat for the next Pokemon coming in. So that was the strategy and the why I run these matchups. There was a little bit lag here. This is going to be edited out. Undecided. Eventually with Ferrothorn. Okay, this is also an interesting matchup. Every move I do is either resisted or neutral. Every move from Ferrothorn is also resisted by me. Ferrothorn is a little bit faster and it's a little bit tankier. But as you can see, this Volt switches neutral are actually adding up. No, resisted adding up. And after 2 lunges, I don't have to shield anything. So I really like the idea of running the Ventula just to burn enough shield. Because they either have to burn 2 shield or they gave up switch, which they did. They did a quick swap. Padiper. I let my eventually go down because the 1 Volt switch did about 20% of its health. And I only need to get to 1 Rock Slide. This is the Water Gun Padipa. That means it's generating energy a little bit slower than Wind Attack. And I'm assuming first is going to come back. I quick swap into Medicham. I noticed that they didn't wait the clock, so they cannot swap out yet. And they have a Medicham in the back. So Medicham was a lot of the fighters. That's another good thing about him, Medicham as a fighter. It was completely Toxicroak, it was Machan, it was Surfash. It's not great with some of the other fighters, but alright, next matchup. Alright, I like to stay in this one, but I do have to show the frenzy play even after a launch. And they swap into Altaria, which is perfect for me. Stamford has really good matchup against Altaria. I always charge the two rock slide, so I always have a little residual energy forwards in the back. I'm gonna soak this sky attack no problem very easily. It does like 20%, that's fine. I always have one more rock slide. If they want to shield or not, I have another one ready to go. So that's the game plan. And they have Lucario. I got to Earthquake already. If they don't shield this one, which they don't, that's very satisfying. And I have Medi, and they decided to give up. It was actually not really over because I do have to get to 2 Psychic. Alright, Beach Row. So obviously you have to be watching out for the Drill Run, and Drill Run is 7 Poison Jab, and it's after launch. So at the moment I know that they almost have enough energy for Drill Run. If I can show the Drill Run, I'm gonna do another launch. If I burn 2 shield, I'm perfectly fine losing switch. Because Garvantula on this team for me is definitely just to burn shield. And they have Houndour. Okay, this is okay. You know, Houndour's attack is pretty nice, but it's also a hard dark type. I tried to chip away with Psychic, and I got a shield, which is amazing. I decided to stay in because I think I can tank the play rough. I cannot. But I have one shield, and now I know that they run play rough. So when they are running play rough, they're less likely to run Hydro Pump, right? So that's the mentality. So I'm just gonna spam this Earthquake as much as I can. I need to have residual energy for the Houndour in the back. They did a quick swap, catch the Earthquake, which actually worked out better for me because I have a feeling they don't have Hydro Pump because they run play rough. So I can get to another. I think Rock Slide will be enough from here. A little bit risky, but I can't take another play rough. So that's GG. So with Azumarill, sometimes you don't want to switch right away. You want to see what moves that they have because it changes a lot of things, right? You have play rough or Hydra. It's very different. Okay, I made a mistake here. I should have thrown a launch before I switch out, so I can debuff them. Also, launch is super effective. So now it's a little bit tricky because I'm gonna lose them. I'm gonna lose this one for sure. Hypno pretty much was Medicham, so no, you win some, you lose some. So I came back with Stunfisk just to avoid the Azu. Also, Stunfisk have a pretty good matchup with Hypno unless they run Focus Blast. And if they run Shadow Ball, it's not very likely they run Shadow Ball and Focus Blast. This Rock Slide will KO, and we are at the Earthquake already. I don't like the idea of the Ventula in the back trying to sweep because it's just not tanky enough. But we have a Garvantula mirror, so we do have a win condition because I'm a Hana energy and I win CMP. That is huge with Garvantula mirror match. So I burned the last shield. I'm gonna shield this one. Because I win CMP, I know that I will get to the next move before they do, but at the same time, I will release it before they do. And this launcher is going to connect. I'm going to shield this one. I'm going to farm this down. It might be, I hope I have enough for a discharge. Almost. I quickly swap out because I was double debuffed. And when I swap out and come in again, my discharge will be full power, and that will be enough to take out Azumarill. If I stay in, double debuff discharge will now KO from that range. So that was, I'm very happy with that play. Right, Conventional with Skarmory, extremely good matchup. Actually, I swap out pretty badly. But Obstagoon, nice that it's only neutral on Medicham. Counter is resisted, and I can amp up my attack so much from this matchup. And they have a Marowak in the back. This Psychic, if connected, will do quite a bit because this is after Power Up Punch. And Ghost type does not resist Psychic. And they have to throw energy, and they have to throw a Shadow Bone because Bone Club will not KO, as you see from here. So I'm going to connect almost another Psychic, almost another one. But now I think I'm just going to come back with Stunfisk, soak the energy, and try to farm down and get an energy start. Bone Club does like 20%. I can take another Bone Club, no problem. I need more energy on Stunfisk. And Skarmory is going to come back, and this Rock Slide is going to chunk away. And I quickly swap into Galvantula, and look at, they are not swapping out of Skarmory. That tells me there's a big chance there's a like Azu in the back or a Maintain in the back. And they decided to surrender, so I assume it's one of those in the back. Alright, Mew. Mew is always very tricky because you don't know the moveset. You have to count the move very carefully. It's very fast, I think it's the Dragon Claw or Surf. Dragon Claw, okay. I still have to show that one because Gargantua is made of paper. But this Leauge is going to get a shield as well because it's super effective. And they have another fighter, they have another second in the back. So this time I released the Leauge before I swap out. Medicham completely was Deoxys. I swap into Stunfisk because at the moment it is debuffed, so counter doesn't do that much. All of the charge move from Deoxys is resisted, so I want to make sure I came out of this matchup with 100 energy. Sadly, one Earthquake is not going to KO, but it's really close. So I'm just gonna make sure I always have more than one charge move ready. And they have a Meganium, so Meganium pretty tricky because it's pretty tanky, and my only counter to Meganium is Gargantua. And this Meganium is overfarming, which is also worrisome. They have to throw energy because I'm almost at another Rock Slide, and I have a little energy on Gargantua as well. I think I came in with Medicham to soak the energy. This Frenzy Plant is going to hurt, but I really wanted to farm it down, and I did, which is amazing. And what they have in the back is the Oxys is almost gone, but it might have energy, and I just want to amp up my attack. And they have Mew in the back. I have enough energy for a Leauge. I still have one shield. They don't have two moves, and this Leauge will KO for sure. Leauge is a pretty solid move and it's super effective. And one ball switch. Okay, they have a move on the Deoxys, but I have a comparably decent, healthy Medicham, so that was a really good game. Again, not a very balanced team. Stunfisk is the problem for this team because I only have my only legit counter to Stunfisk is Stunfisk because Medicham, because I'm running Powered Up Punch, is actually not the best with Stunfisk. I need to have energy lead. With Azu, you just want to spam as much Earthquake as you can, and also counted energy. I correctly shield the Hydropon, the Giant Wema Bubble. Earthquake is going to chunk away, and I think I get to another one. Yeah, I get to another one. I think they're trying for another Hydropon, and if I get one more, I don't get a shield. And they have DD in the back. I wanted to go to Earthquake, and I did. That's huge. That is huge. And now I can come in with Medicham to soak the energy. I always want to make sure I have one shield for Gargantua. Okay, I came back with the Gargantua, so I decided to shield this one. That was a questionable play. I think the better play will be coming with Medicham to soak the energy. but this Leauge did so much, and I think I survived this rock slide after Leauge. I do. I need to get off this Leauge just to, it's neutral. Oh, no, it's resisted, but it's single resisted and then lower the attack. So now that I have a better matchup with this Stunfisk because it's been debuffed, but Earth still did so much crazy. Okay, so Powered Up Punch, probably not enough. I'm gonna get hit by another. I hope I can clean up this Stunfisk with one Volt Switch, and I did. No, I don't get to another launch before DD. I think the better play will definitely come out with Medicham to soak the energy. Okay, with Skarmory. A very, very bad matchup for Skarmory, but they're staying in. That tells me they have Azu in the back. That's the only logical explanation. And this discharge is going to do so much if they're not shielded. And they did not. And they have a Swampert in the back. I want to get off this launch. This launch will do like a decent 35-40%. And it will lower the attack. Oh, did more than 40%. I decided to let this one go because I want to come back and farm down with Medicham. There's a little bit lag, and they swap into. I don't know if it's lag or if they swap because there was a weird connection. Yeah, they swap into Azu, which is fine, you know. I have one Powered Up Punch already, so this Psychic is going to chunk quite a bit. That is so much. And it's not the best situation, but I have to, at the moment I don't see a win condition. But they only have Ice Beam, which means that if I bait it, if I get off the shield, there might be a small chance and get off this Ice Psychic. Okay. I try to get an energy start on Stunfisk because they're out of shield. And I think I survived this Hydra. I think I do. Yes, barely. But they went CMP on the last one. That was really close. We definitely have a win condition towards the end. Galvantula with Maintain, one of the best matchup, and they swap into Azu. That means, they either swap wrong, which happens, right? The buttons at the moment are really closely charged, and you cannot see them before you swap, or they have some master plan. I think they still managed to pull off this match towards the end, though, because they have a Stunfisk, and I don't have a best solution for Stunfisk. I know their clock is not up, so I send in my Medicham just to get as much energy as possible. And I think I do not shield as well. I can tank an Earthquake. I can definitely tank a Rock Slide. So do not bait. Do not bait. Rock Slide does very little. And I think my opponent... There's no win condition for them as well at the moment. Psychic is going to connect. I'm going to let my Medicham go down very easily, and the Maintain has enough health, and they bait it again. They keep baiting. My opponent has a good win condition, but because they baited so much, and I caught the bait every time, it's just not working in their favor. Don't bait, especially when you are in a losing situation. You have to be really sure of what you're doing. This feels a little bit desperate. I have a Galvantula in the back, right? Obviously, I don't need to stay in, so I'm not going to shield no matter what. Alright, Galvantula mirror match. Whoever wins CMP is going to win this matchup, and I do very luckily because my Galvantula side V are really bad. I'm going to show this one, but I'm always going to be like one less debuff on them, which towards the end really pays off. and they did not shield that one. That means I can not shield this one because they are double debuff and farm down. So we got switch, and we got a one more Leauge, which is so huge. Snorlax very tricky because they have lick, right? So even though I have counter, it's still super effective to me as well. But because they are debuffed, this matchup is a little bit easier with me. I'm just gonna power up punch all the way through. I wanna amp up my attack as much as I can, and they have Altaria in the back, and I have Stunfisk waiting for them, and my opponent decided to surrender. Nicholas SV27. The editing I did today is a little bit tight, so I don't have time to pronounce the name. I'm sorry for the trainers that I battled with. If I didn't mention your name, please forgive me. So with Azu, very good matchup. I am going to show this one. I want to farm more energy and release discharge. This is almost. I want to make sure that I chip away to a point that they have the shield, and they do not. Oh, and they have adapters, so this charge is also going to be super effective on Zapdos, especially a Shadow Zapdos. Insanely glassy. I don't want to get off. I don't want to give another shield, so I let this one go down, which is a questionable play because I don't have a good solution for Meganium. I need to get off this Psychic. I don't think they will shield because Zapdos needs shield, right? And I think I'll let this one go down, I think. Yeah. No. Okay. So they deliberately not attack because Zapdos want to farm more energy from Medicham. But my Medi is a little bit healthier than they expected. And the Zapdos cannot really take any move from me. And I resist Drill Peck, I resist Thunderbolt. But that was a really good play for them to stop attacking, so they have more energy on Zapdos. Some of the more advanced play that I tried a couple of times but doesn't really pay off. When you are a really good battler, those are the things that you know. Adventure with Swampert, okay, pretty bad. We CMP for the first one, I believe, so I want to get off this launch because I win CMP. And I think I want to swap into Medicham to soak the energy. Oh, no, I don't. Because they did not shield that one, I stayed in a little bit longer, and I try to catch the next one on Medi, I think. Or at least that's the way I should play. So I burn 2 shield. Yep, so I catch the Hydra on Medi. I use Medi as a cushion all the time. And we draw all the Skarmory, which is still pretty solid. It will have some energy, but Eventually has so much energy, and Stunfisk has such a good matchup with Skarmory. They want to farm a lot of energy and dump a Sky attack on Garmantula, but I'm gonna send in Stunfisk to soak the energy, so all the farming they do with 2 shield are useless because Stunfisk don't care about Sky attack, right? And they are a little bit slow on the swap, and this Earthquake is going to KO this Toxicrow. I'm going to quick swap into Garmantula to take care of the Skarmory before it gets any energy, so that was a really good play. So not a lot of showcasing of the Medicham, but it's a really good solid tanky Pokemon to have in the bag, especially on the safe swap. Paired up with some of the Glacier Pokemon, so you have more bulk on your team. I think it's very solid. Also, now that we have level 41 to 50, you can level up Medicham to level 50, which would be insane for the Great League. Very bulky, very good moveset, and also I have a shiny lucky one, very good to look at. So, hope you enjoyed this video. Like, comment, and subscribe. I really appreciate that. and let me know what you think about the video, what you want to see next, and I will see you in the next one.